So hello and welcome to this Adobe After Effects tutorial. We are going to create a simple animation, and right now you can see what we are going to be doing. I am also going to create this tutorial in Spanish, and I am going to provide a link in the description. And I also created this tutorial in Adobe Animate as HTML5 animated banner, and I am also going to provide that in the description. But yeah, in this tutorial we are going to go with this animation, and right now we can go ahead and we can start. So right now I am on the site Freepik, and I am going to provide you a link in the description, and I am also going to give you the Illustrator file that I am going to create right now. So if you want, you can skip this part and you can go directly to the After Effects. But yeah, all you need to do right now is click download, then go with pre-download and just save this. I will hit cancel because I already saved this, and one thing that I want to mention is that if you want to use this commercially, you will have to attribute the author or go premium on the Freepik. But yeah, right now I will go to the place where I have it, and you are going to have a simple, let me do it like so, a simple zip file, and all you need to do is right click, choose extract here, and then double click on this IE file, and it is going to open you this in the Adobe Illustrator. Alright, so right now I am in the Illustrator, and what I'm going to do is I am going to create new document, so Ctrl N or File New, and I want to go with 1920 by 1080, which is like full HD. I want this to be pixels, RGB 72, so I do not want to change anything, and I'm just going to go with create, and I will go to the initial file. I can zoom in with Alt and mouse wheel or Option and mouse wheel, and I'm going to choose few of them, so I'm going to click on this one with shift on this one, and maybe last one is going to be this one, but you can choose whatever you want, and I am going to drag this to the new document that I created. Now I can go ahead and scale this little bit, so I am just going to hold shift to stay with the proportions, but I will have to anyway scale them one by one because they are different sizes, so I am just approximately going to make them the same size, but all of this depends on you. So I am just scaling this with the shift like so, maybe a little bit less, and the last one like so. Now there is a little issue, and that's on the Freepik, all of the other presents are like rotated correctly, but this one not. So I will have to rotate them, and I chose this because of some, I don't know, stupid intuition. But I am just going to position it down so I can see right now how it is going to be rotated, and I am going to go with the selection tool, and I will go to the corner. My mouse is going to change, and I am going to rotate this little bit like so, maybe a little bit less, but I am not going to spend too much time with it. So this is not very good, but little bit like so. Okay, this is fine for me. Let me do very quickly this one. So I am just going to rotate this, but you can do this with any other vector from the Freepik or any other thing that you create, or from any other side that you want. Okay, so this is fine, and the last one, and I am going to position it, and very quickly I am going to rotate this, and I think that this is fine. Now one thing that we can do, you do not need to, I am going to position this like so to the left with the shift, and maybe this one I'm going to position a little bit in here. And what I can do is I can select all of them, I can go to the align, and I want this to be aligned to the selection, and I'm going to horizontally distribute them like so. So right now the space between them is going to be the same. And let me position this one a little bit down like so, and this one also. I can do this also with the align, but yeah. And if you do not see align or anything that I have in here, layers or anything, you can go to the window and you can get it. One thing that I want to do is I would like to put in here some kind of text. You can just go to the text tool and create some kind of text. But what I'm going to do is I have another Freepik, and I'm going to also provide you this in the description, but this has nothing to do with the animation. But yeah, very quickly I will go to the place where I have it and the same zip file, and right now this is going to give me EPS file, so I'm going to double click on this. It is also going to open me this in the Illustrator, and I'm just going to drag this text in here because I like this animation with this kind of text. And I am going to align this to the center, so I'm going to select it, align, and I'm going to align this like so. And yeah, maybe I can scale this a little bit. So right now with Shift and Alt, because Alt to go from the center, but yeah, something like this is too much, maybe something like this. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to put them to the separated layers. So I will go to the layers, and if I'm going to, let me do one thing very quickly. I will click these three lines, I will go to the panel options, and I'm going to choose other, and I'm going to write in here maybe 60, not like this. I will have to change my keyboard, not 69, not 69, but 60. Okay, this is just going to create my layers a little bit bigger. And if I'm going to open my layer 1, I'm going to have all 5 things, 4 presents and 1 text. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the layer 1, these 3 lines, release to layer sequence, and right now I am going to select them with Shift, and I'm going to drag them outside of the layer 1. Right now the layer 1 is going to be empty, so I am going to be able to delete it like so. And now all I need to do is save this, and I can go to the After Effects. One thing that I want to say, if you are going to go with Ctrl S, you do not need to change anything. Maybe I can very quickly do this. So I will go in here, and I'm going to create a new folder which I'm going to call Illustrator, and I will go inside, and maybe I can call this to be presents, because I am going to share this, otherwise I wouldn't name this. And I'm going to hit save, and I do not want to change anything, so I want this as it is, and I'm going to click OK. And yeah, I will see you in After Effects in few moments. Alright, so right now I am in the After Effects, and all you need to do is drag this Illustrator file that you created, or the one that I'm going to provide you, and all you need to do is drag it somewhere in here like so, and it is going to give us some options. I want this to be a composition, I want this to be layer size, so I do not want to change anything, and I'm going to just click OK. And now I am going to go in here, and I'm going to double click on this composition, and it is going to open me this like so. Now I would like to create some kind of background very quickly, so I will go to the layer, I will go, let me go like this, layer, new, solid, and I want this to be white color. I do not need to change anything in here, so I'm just going to click OK, and it is going to position you this maybe to the top or wherever, but I am going to just drag this to the bottom like so, and I am going to lock this. So this lock, I am going to click this like so, so I do not want to accidentally move this. Okay, now one thing that I can do is this Merry Christmas, it is on the top. I am not going to rename my layers, but one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this little color, and I'm going to change it to maybe yellow. So in the layers I will be able to see that red is background, yellow is text, and this color, I don't know, it's blue, it's gray, I don't know, but those are my presents. Now I will go to the layer 6, for example, it is this one, and I'm going to hit P for the position, or you can just open this with this little arrow and go to the transform, and in here you are going to have the position in here, but I am just going to close this, and I will hit P for the position like so. Now what I want to do is I am going to right click on the position, and I am going to choose separate dimensions. The reason is that if you are not going to separate them, you are going to have a different graph, you are going to have a speed graph, and if you are going to separate them, you are going to have a value graph. Don't worry, I will show you later on if you do not know. But yeah, we are only going to animate the Y position, so yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click a keyframe in here on the Y position, and I'm going to move maybe 25 frames. So I will go with Shift and page down, 10 frames, 20 frames, and right now only page down, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. I can zoom in a little bit like so if I want, and what I'm going to do right now on this place is I'm going to select this, and I can move this with my Shift and arrow, or I can move it in here like so, and I'm going to position it maybe in here like so. It is going to overlap a little bit with this Merry Christmas, but I can put this little bit to the top, or I just don't mind. Okay, and now I am going to copy this initial keyframe, Ctrl C, and I am going to move another 25 frames, so 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I am going to paste it like so. So right now we are going to have this animation like so, but it is not going to look good for now because this animation is going to be linear. It means that it is going to animate the same speed, same time, and this is not how it is going to, how it should work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these keyframes and I will go with F9, or you can maybe it's right click, keyframe assistant, easy, like where it is, easy is, but yeah, F9 shortcut. And right now I am going to select all of the keyframes and I am going to click this graph editor, and it is going to give me this graph. I can zoom in like so, or I can zoom in with this slider, or what you could do is you can click this fit all graph to view like so, but I don't like it this way because right now I can't see it very good, so I like to be a little bit zoomed out like so. Right now I will just very quickly show you that I am going to right click, and in here we have this edit value graph, and if you are not going to separate that dimension, you are going to have this speed graph. You can also work with the speed graph, but it is not going to be that easy in this case. So yeah, I am going to right click. I want this to be edit value graph. You should have it as a default. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this initial keyframe, and this handle I am going to put maybe like so. I will do the same thing for the last one, so I'm going to select it and I'm going to put it like so, and I'm going to select this and right now with the shift, because I do not want to go down, I do not want to go up, so I'm just going to go with shift and I'm going to do it like so, and right now I'm going to do it like so. Okay, now maybe I should at least try to explain what these movements mean. And it's like when we are going to jump, we are going to start the fastest, and then we are going to so this is going to start fast and it is going to slow down every frame because of the gravity, and in this place it is going to like almost stop, or it is going to stop, and then it is going to start slowly, and it is going to accelerate, and then it is going to accelerate because of the gravity, and in this point it is going to go the fastest, and the next bounce it is going to start because of the momentum of the bounce quickly, and then it is going to slow down because of the gravity, and so on. So yeah, one thing very quickly with these handles, this is like a very little rule, but you do not need to be exact with this, is that this handle should be approximately the same length as this one, so I will put it maybe like so, and they should be also like a little bit same angle, so you do not want to have one like this and one like this, but approximately something like this, but this is fine for me. And also this one and this one should be approximately the same, but yeah. Okay, so right now I can go ahead and play this, and we are going to have something like this, and I like this. You can play with the graph editor more if you want, if you don't like this movement, but for me this is fine. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to select all of the keyframes. I will go with Ctrl C, and I am going to go to the last keyframe. So I am going to hold Shift to snap on this keyframe. I do not want to be like one keyframe more or one keyframe less. I want to be exactly on this one, and I am going to go with Ctrl V. Right now this is going to mess my easings a little bit. I will show you. So I am going to select all of the keyframes one more time, and one more time I am going to go to the graph editor, and on the place where I was pasting, I don't know why, but it is going to like change this easing. So what I'm going to do is one more time manually I am going to put it like so. Okay, so and right now you can see this handle is approximately the same length and the same angle as this one. But yeah, so right now we are going to have this bounce twice like so, and yeah, I'm going to copy this few more times. So I'm going to copy this, Ctrl C, I will go to the last keyframe, Ctrl V. Now what I can do is I can select only this keyframe, and I'm going to go to the graph editor because I need to adjust it, so I can move like so in the graph. I can zoom in a little bit like so, and I'm going to select it, and I'm going to change this little bit like so. Okay, and right now we are going to copy this one last time. You do not need to, but I would like to have this little bit longer because I want to put some rotation later on. So I'm going to Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and one more time I'm going to select only this keyframe, go to the graph editor, zoom in a little bit like so, and I'm going to adjust this like so, and yeah, for me this is fine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all of these keyframes, so I will copy them, Ctrl C, and I will go to the layer 5. I can open my position and I'm going to hit Ctrl V, and nothing is going to happen. Why is nothing going to happen? The reason is that we cannot like copy separated dimension like so for the position and paste it to the not separated dimension. So we will have to manually right click and choose separate dimension, and right now when this is separated I am going to be able to paste the keyframes. But the keyframes are going to be pasted on the place where I was on the timeline. I was in here, but it's not an issue because I can select them like so and I can drag them to the beginning, and I'm going to hold shift so it is going to snap to the beginning like so. And right now I am just going to open the other two layers, and I will have to one by one separate the dimensions. So for this one and for this one like so, and I am going to select both of them and I am going to paste it, or what I can do is I can put myself to the beginning of the timeline and I can paste it in here, so I do not have to move them later on. So yeah, right now we are going to have this kind of animation for all of them. Okay, now this overlapping with the text, it's like you can make the jump a little bit less, you can make this text go a little bit more up, or you can make it smaller, or you just do not mind, or I don't know, but yeah, okay. Now we are going to put a little rotation. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to hit Ctrl A to select everything, and I'm going to close all of them. And what I would like to do is I am going to click on this one, the first one, and I'm going to drag it down like so. I will click on the second one, okay, it is fine. I will click on the third one and I'm going to put it like so. So I just want to have like the first, second, third, and the last. Okay, so now one more time I can open all of the keyframes. So I'm going to select it and I'm going to hit U to reveal all of the keyframes, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And what I can do right now is the first jump we are not going to do anything, and on the second jump what I'm going to do is I will go to the layer 4 and I'm going to hold shift and hit R for the rotation. Shift because if I'm just going to hit R, let me show you like so. I'm going to have a position, but if I'm going to hit R, my position is going to disappear and I want my position to be there. So I'm going to hit U or P for the position right now with the shift R, and yeah, now I'm going to create a keyframe for the rotation like so, and I will move to the end of the jump, and I will go to my rotation and I'm going to change this one to the one like so. So I do not want to change this one because this is like the angle, but this one means like how many rounds. So I want full round rotation, so something like this, and I am just going to select it like so, and I'm going to go with F9 easy ease, and I'm not going to play more with the easing. For me it's fine like so. You can play and you can position this keyframe little bit maybe in here and the last one little bit in here, so the rotation is not going to start immediately, but we are going to jump and the rotation is going to start later on, and it is going to finish a little bit before it is going to fall down. So you can do it like so if you want, but I am going to put it to the same place as my position keyframes like so. Okay, and yeah, right now you do not want to right now copy these keyframes, Ctrl C, and paste them maybe later on, Ctrl like maybe in here, Ctrl V, because this is going to mess up your let me do it like so, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, because right now this is going to be rotating back all of the time. So I will go back, and what I want to do right now, if I want later on the rotation, is I will go in here and I'm going to click this add or remove keyframe, so on the rotation like so, and then I will go to the end and I'm going to change this from 1 to 2 like so. Okay, and yeah, right now very quickly we can add some other rotations. So maybe this one is going to, the second one is going to have the rotation in here. So I'm going to hit Shift and R, and I'm going to create the keyframe on the rotation. I will position myself like so, and I'm going to change this from 0 to 1 like this, and I'm going to let me close this, and I'm going to select this, and I'm going to create easy ease F9. So we are going to very simply have the first jump, then we are going to have this rotation, then we are going to have this rotation. Maybe also this one can rotate, so I'm going to select it, I'm going to hit Shift and R, I'm going to create a keyframe, I will go in here, and I'm going to change this to 1, but yeah, right now you know how you can put these rotations, so yeah, I just want to put a few of them because I like it like so. So right now we are going to have it like so, and the last rotation is going to be in here, this one. So I'm going to hit Shift R, rotation keyframe, I will go in here, and I'm going to change this to 1, and I'm going to select it, and I'm going to go with F9 easy ease. Okay, so right now we are almost done, so we are going to have it like so, and yeah, now what we can do is, if we want, we can offset this animation a little bit. So if I'm going to click on this layer, I am going to be able to move the layer to the right, but I am also going to be able to move it to the left. So what I could do is I can move this little bit to the left, this one little bit less to the left, and this one even less to the left, like so. And right now we are going to have the jumps little bit offset. So yeah, this depends on you if you want to have this offset or not. For now I am not going to go with this, but if you want, you can do it, but yeah, one little issue with this offset is that if you want to have this animation like a loop, you are not going to be able to have it that easily with the offset. But yeah, now what I'm going to do is I will go to the end like so, and I'm going to hit N, or you can just drag this like so with the shift to snap on this position, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose trim comp to work area. Okay, and right now basically this is it, this is all. And the last thing maybe that we can do is we can select all of them, so Ctrl A, and I'm going to close them, and I'm going to put the motion blur, but I do not need to put a motion blur to the text, but only to the presence, and this need to be checked. It is going to check me this automatically, but you will have to have this enable motion blur checked. But yeah, this is it, this is all. If anyone have been here until this point, you can write me that in the comment. And yeah, right now the last thing that I'm going to show you is how you can export this if you do not know. But if you know, this is like everything. So yeah, so right now I will go to the file, I will go to the export, and I'm going to choose add to media encoder Q. You can maybe do this also in the After Effects, but I always, when I want to export something in the After Effects, I always go with Adobe Media Encoder. And yeah, this is going to take few moments to open, but eventually, hopefully, it is going to open. And for some time, maybe for some seconds or minutes, you are going to have this empty, but eventually there is going to appear this like so. And what I want to do is I want this to be as H264. This is like a standard. In here I do not need to change anything. If you have some kind of your preferences and you want to change something, you can go ahead, but for me it's fine as it is. And in here I'm just going to choose a location where I want to have this. So very quickly I will have to go to the place where I want to have this. So I am going to go in here, and I'm going to create new folder, and I'm going to call this render, and I will go inside, and I'm going to click save, and I'm going to click this little arrow, green arrow, and it is going to start to render me this. And yeah, this is also going to take few moments depending on how fast is your computer and how is your animation, but yeah, And now I will go to that place, so I will go to the render and I am going to open this and I am going to put this to the repeat, and yeah, this is what we are going to have. So yeah, this is it, this is all. As I said, if anyone had been here until the end, you can write me that in the comment. That would mean a lot to me to know that somebody have been watching until the end. But yeah, as I showed you at the beginning, I also created the same animation in Adobe Animate as HTML5 animated banner. And yeah, I'm not going to waste more of your time, so thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you have learned something, and yeah, thank you, goodbye, have a nice day.